look at it and we'll have it next month. I don't have it this month. Yeah. Cause that's something that I don't like.
Two blocks and we put the spreaders in there. Out of pain. There was the bulging disc with the rubber in the nerve. So he got in there. They wound up scraping the vertebrae because of the bone spurs on it that is irritating the nerve.
I nicely had a
2 days
conversation.
later, he was grown.
Tell me how
That's awesome.
unsatisfied.
He's ready. He's at his mother's house. He's ready to go home.
Is he in a collar or is he?
Yeah.
Collar?
3 months.
Okay. Do they have to put any hardware in or just?
Yep. He's got some metal back there. 6 screws holding it together.
Good on
Bill,
those
did you walk
guys.
out in this wind?
But they,
If I say yes, will I be here?
No.
The doctor said he took him out to a half hour just to straighten all the stuff off.
What if, so when you walk, I have to walk,
Yeah,
where the traffic is, I just can't distinguish.
yeah. Imagine telling us what you're hearing.
Yeah.
What it is.
And so that's all I have.
Right.
Still gonna be 3 months. It's keeping him down for 3 months.
Well, how's the big 5 birthday going? Good? Alright,
It's official.
alright.
Use it for like almost 3 hours.
You get both of them today, huh?
Very positive.
You consider it a very homeschool.
There you go.
He can't sleep in the
That's
hospital.
nice, huh?
Finally got home.
It's part of the political science class.
I was gonna say mom gets a break, but she's got a baby, huh?
Yeah, it's still been.
Helps kind of a little quieter.
Look, very distant friend.
Vacation for me.
I don't believe that, I bet they're
Is he
perfect
good now?
meals.
Pretty good kid.
Stop taking his medication because pain medicine for this.
Oh,
It's that much better.
Make them walk down here in the cold and the wind.
He's
He
awesome.
did.
He still got 2 blown discs in the
Their
lower
side
back.
was important.
Is that blue?
He said, I can live with
No.
that.
Shakes it.
The neck was pretty rough.
Yeah.
So this is regular professional stuff for this.
Yeah, they didn't want it, he's only 46, so they didn't want to do anything yet.
Right.
So that's where it's at, I guess, is pretty close to the pivot point when you're back.
Yeah, especially if you go in there, you're using everything.
Yeah.
Well, limited range of motion.
Yeah.
You can get a little bit of physical therapy or just strictly like muscle testing.
You got all the other copies I gave you, huh? I got lots of
So
them.
he's gonna hold off on that. He's figured out how to live with that, it's just the neck problem that's really driving him crazy. But it's, he's got his whole life better.
Alright, 7 o'clock, we'll call the meeting. Regular meeting to order now, please all rise, pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Move and second to approve the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please report. Looks like we got a copy in our packet. So. Fire report.
So for last month, we had 18 total runs, 7 fires. 3 of those were water investigations. The one I really know for sure was a bathtub that needed some water down from the tap. They thought was natural gas. We had the chimney fire, which was an assisted riding, which got stopped fairly quickly. 1 fire alarm that was due to old batteries. A CO alarm that is just an old CO alarm. And we had 1 officer call here in the village, and that was for a gutter that got pulled down by snow, ended up on the power lines, come to the house. Then we have one medical run in the village. That's it.
You keep up the good work. County Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. President, council members. Since your last village council meeting, we've had two board meetings. We had a full board meeting on February 26th. And among other things, we agreed to have two household hazardous waste collections, one in the spring and one in the fall, both in fiscal year 26 and 27. And those are going to be with Environmental Resource Group. They've been doing them in the past. We'd like to, one of them will certainly be at the fairgrounds. The fairground board's been very good to us. They don't charge us for us. It's a great location. But we'd like to get one closer to the city of Lapeer on this side of the county. But we need to find some place because we can't afford to pay for some place. The fair board lets us use theirs for free. We also passed to pay for foundation repairs to the old mill building at General Squire Park. That's actually out of ARPA fund. They've been allocated before. They need to be spent this year. And contract with Frank Rewald and Son for $95,000. We also agreed for wage increases for the Trzuski lifeguards, mostly because of the increase in minimum wage every year. They're now going to pay $13.75 an hour. Last year the park was closed. We've been doing major renovations on it. Hopefully it's going to be open in time for this summer. We also agreed to temporarily transfer the senior program department from the health department to administration. In the past, the senior department was a separate department. In 2008 or 2009, it was combined with the health department. It really doesn't have much overlap between the two. So eventually it's going to be its own department, but for the time being, we're going to transfer it to administration. And the senior millage is up this year. And at our April 9th, the whole meeting, we're going to have the ballot language in front of us. The real issue is going to be whether it's going to be on the August primary ballot or the November ballot. There's a couple commissioners feel very strong that it should be on the November ballot. Historically, villages have been on the August ballot. We also had a committee of the whole meeting just last week, March 12th. We had a public hearing on our 5-year park plan and approved that plan. We accepted a $4,000 well-being fund grant for the health department. We agreed that the prosecutor would be able to have a carpal subscription for the prosecutor. It's $10,000 and a $2,000 annual fee. So this will allow local police departments to look at the case files online. So if they have a question about what's happening in a case, they don't have to call and get somebody. It's all being online. Also, we agreed with the drain commissioner for $7,665 for their annual subscription for the Select Circle subscription, which maintains their general ledger. And finally, with regard to drains, on March 6th, I wrote a letter to Congresswoman McLean asking for her support for possible funding for the community project funding for the Metamora tile drain improvement. It's going to be $780,000. And so we're really hoping we might be able to get some money, federal money, so that we don't have to assess everybody as much for that improvement which needs to be done. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Council, any questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Planning Commission.
We canceled the meeting, there was nothing on the agenda.
Okay. DDA, well, they basically went over their budget, discussed it. We did get our check for the extra money to help with the sewer lagoon, so.
And we do have their budget on our agenda down on our
Right.
new business.
Other than that, there wasn't a whole lot really going on, I don't think. Well, they did up for this year the fireworks funding on their part because of the 250-year celebration. I brought it up to them about it and they all agreed, yeah, it'd be nice to. I think that was $2,200, I think.
100, wasn't it?
20 bucks. I'm not for sure, it's right. Lions Club's gonna throw in some extra yet this year too, they already said, so. Just to let you know what's going on with that. Have anything else really about TDA unless somebody else does?
That was pretty much it.
Okay.
Most of the budget.
Yeah.
We're trying to work on our budget, maybe move some dates around, so we can coincide with when it should be done. So the village would be able to approve it, say, this time next year, and then we can roll into ours, so.
Okay, I guess we move on. Attorney report, everything's down below or
Both mine are on the agenda.
council communication?
I just wanna let the council know that DTE is supposed to be coming to fix this light out here. They got knocked down. It was still connected. It didn't knock all the way down. We kinda laid it down because it was leaning to the road. We carefully laid it down so that it didn't hurt anybody. Going back and forth with them, there was miscommunication. They thought we needed a whole new pole. No, the pole was still working even when we laid it down for a couple of days. It was still lit up on the ground. So DTE was supposed to actually be out this past Friday, but with all the heavy winds and the storms, they were busy elsewhere. So then I also have just a sit down meeting with our liaison through DTE to discuss some options, because going forward, these poles are obsolete. We can't get parts for them. If we had needed a new pole, we can't get that same pole style. So just to look at maybe options, maybe hopefully ones that are close enough to where if we had to do them one at a time, like when poles go, piece them together, if they look close enough. If not, maybe potentially what grants we can get if we have to do them all as a whole. So, just so you know.
One thing I do want to, I've mentioned last meeting about the well house up here. We decided not to tear it down, but I still am kind of looking into going forward on upgrading it, putting the concrete floor in, so once we get some of these other issues straightened out, if we have to put in the filtration system, we've got a good sanitary place to do it. It'll be easier for them to maintain the chlorine system that they've already got instead of being such a crowded mess into the other part. So you start here
And get that big tank out of there.
yeah, you can take that big, have to get somebody to haul that big tank out, scrap it.
Tina, do we know when the town cleanup thing is in May? A couple of people have asked me, that Saturday, what would be the
Saturday of Mother's Day usually. Dan, do you know?
What is?
I think it's
Sorry.
the 15th.
Is it? I don't know right offhand, sorry.
They
Okay.
usually start posting it out on their sign.
Okay,
And usually if you get a copy of your winter tax bill, they have dates on there and it's in that.
Thanks for the reminder.
I will try to, that's what.
Okay. I don't have anything on communication. No, Sarah, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
And moving second to approve the consent agenda. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Public time. Who's gonna be first?
Well, I'm not gonna pass up the opportunity. My name is David Richardson. Madam Clerk says I've got no more than 30 minutes to speak, so.
3 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We know how politicians can be.
Yes, yeah. My name is David Richardson. I'm an attorney practicing in Lapeer, and I've been in practice for 40 years. And I have my own private practice in Lapeer. I am seeking the position of district court judge. Judge Barnard is not running this term, and it is a 6-year term. And just so you understand, district court, all criminal cases start in district court. They don't all end up there. The felonies will go on to circuit court. Misdemeanors would stay in district court. They deal with ordinance enforcement actions, and also general civil and landlord-tenant, which right now are farmed out to other judges, are going to be coming back into the district court, regardless of the outcome of this election. In terms of my own personal background, I grew up in Jackson County. I married into Lapeer County. Married Sam Herron's daughter from North Branch. I've lived in North Branch my entire time here in Lapeer County. I have 2 daughters and 8 grandchildren, and another one on the way anytime now. So I might be getting a call tonight, I don't know. But so the dad jokes have been replaced by Papa jokes. I believe that I'm well qualified to serve in as the judge for district court. My practice involves me usually going into court several times a day. One of the courts here in Lapeer County as well as adjoining counties. So I do have a wide variety of practice and experience. In terms of my perspective, I operate from a biblical Christian worldview, and that simply means that I believe that all people are created in the image of Christ and deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. And the thing that we need to realize, and Mr. Wise can attest to this fact, Mr. Denney can, Ms. Clark, when we deal with people in court settings, we're dealing with people in crisis. It may be a landlord-tenant case, it might be a civil case, but it is to them a crisis. And it not only affects them, but it also affects their spouses, their children, their friends, a variety of people. So it is something that I believe that we can.
Sorry.
All right. I would solicit your support. I do have petitions if anybody would be willing to sign those. Thank you.
Karen Brasheko, I live here in the village. Still a lie on that Metamora Community Park sign. I'm going to bring it up every single month until they get changed. That park was not established in 2025. It was established by resolution in 2016. It was purchased as a park in 2013. So that's very much a lie. Now, talking about that park, our county commissioner here brought up the county parks plan. And I watched that meeting. That was the March 12th meeting. It was between 12 to 20 minutes, and I forgot the exact timestamp on that meeting. And somebody asked about why isn't Metamora in there, and I heard some very inaccurate information given out by those folks who said they had gone to the municipalities to get the information. I don't know if they came here or just to the township or what, saying that we have our own recreation plan. We do not have a recreation plan. That expired. It was only from 2017 to 2021. And so we need a recreation plan here so you can apply for DNR grants. That's why the county was making one. Just like, you should be using that very expensive water study we had to apply for grants for the water, and I haven't heard anything about a single grant here. So I gave you ORV complaints, per usual, coming in hot this year. It's March. Already seen a whole lot of really dangerous stuff. I almost hit somebody. Saturday night, 9 o'clock, I was fully alert, and those people are lucky that I never drink and drive, and I was fully alert driving because I would have hit them on their four-wheeler in the dark with a very minimal light on the front, not lighting up the street at all. This stuff has just got to stop. There was a very, very open attitude towards all this stuff for all these years, and that's why I took this up, because I didn't want to hit someone and kill them, and that is still my goal. So let's take it seriously and let's spread the word that there are laws and people should not be doing that stuff. The F&B agreement is in the agenda today. That has come up. We're reading through the minutes that Tina finally posted from the previous 5 years that were up. I mean, they've been a problem for a long time. I'd like to hear how that's not going to be a problem. Been a lot of friction with them. The Lions Club has a special application, special event application. It was not submitted 60 days in advance, and there's no insurance certificate. And that insurance certificate, as we learned with the chambers, when Mr. Denney was either not reviewing it or missed it before, but that his partner, Mark, found a potential mistake. And you guys helped get that fixed. And so that should absolutely be reviewed. The water extension, we are at 9.5 years and counting on that, aren't we? So when's that going to go through? When are we finally going to get that done again? We have people living in space, and we can't get water out to people with condemned wells. The lagoon dredging. That it was February 2024 when we had that tremendous stake, and I think Tina was out of town that week and didn't witness it herself. tremendous stink all the way to my house. It was overwhelming. And so 2 years now, been working on trying to get that lagoon dredging done. That is an incredible amount of time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Mr. President, if I could just, the Metamora Days cleanup is May the 9th from 8 a.m. to noon. So it's the second Saturday in May.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Go ahead.
Bill Holden, Village and Township Metamora. Just quick, am I allowed to back up during the DDA when we were speaking about it, Mr. President? What was passed? Okay, I just wanna make sure I heard correctly that money was allocated, correct? That the village did get from the DDA?
Yes, we got the money.
Thank you. No, I couldn't hear for sure, I just wanna make sure that, I thought that's how it was supposed to. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else public time? Move on to unfinished business. Water main extension.
We put this on ice until the new well comes online. The well application was submitted months ago. The state is sitting on it. They haven't approved the permit yet, and we can't move forward with getting a new well installed until they do. The landfill settling group did submit a response to some of our proposed changes to the water agreement, but frankly, there's no reason for me to waste the village's money until we're moving closer to the new well being produced. The changes aren't terribly significant, but I'm just kind of put them on hold until we get the permit issued. Our engineer did check today and confirm that the permit from the state has not been issued. To our knowledge, all the information from our village engineering contractor have been supplied. We don't know why the state's not giving us a permit.
Same thing Dan told me today. Like, he was gonna start rattling phones again.
So are we on to well number 1? Are we talking about that or are we talking?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm bleed over, and Greg didn't mention it, but there's a bit of a disagreement between the state on some of the septic and well approval stuff, the whole health department budget itself, and so I suspect we may not have the world's biggest reservoir of goodwill up there at the moment, but
Kurt Swenson is gonna be here tomorrow. He's meeting with Brian. I don't believe it has anything to do with the well. I think it's just his annual check-in that he does, but I'm going to
good. Great time to ask.
have a nice little conversation with him and ask him where we're at.
Great.
Where you guys, he's from Eagle through the state that we deal with for water.
He's the point person on
Yes.
our particular permit.
Okay, I guess that's it. Under unfinished business, I kind of slide right together there. New business, DDA budget.
The DDA did approve their budget. Krista, their secretary, provided me with a copy, for our approval.
That was pretty much good standings, I thought, and towards our favor too, so we'll be able to.
Not any real big changes from previous years either.
It's still basically a lot of the money that we have to pay into them is still going into a line item for our capital improvement plan where I can get the money right back from them pretty easy. The past 2 years it's worked pretty good, so got a pretty good council up there now. I can deal with them. They understand things.
Right. So we do need a approval of their budget.
If I can just use a motion to approve their budget.
I'll make that motion.
Been moved and seconded to approve the DDA's budget. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Denney, does that require a roll call vote?
Which one?
The DDA's budget?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. F&B contract agreement.
So we got a copy of a contract agreement from FMV. I don't want the council to act on it tonight. There is some things that I would like to discuss with FMV, and I know Mr. Denney said he had some things he'd like to discuss, but I just wanted to get it to you guys, because I finally did get something. But there's definitely things that need looking at and changing. I don't know if anybody read it over, if they have any comments or concerns, that they want me to bring up and address to them.
The monthly fee that they're proposing in there, based on the 5-year contract, how much of an increase is that from what we were existing?
So currently, we are paying $6,166 a month. That is not been increased for the last 2 years. They tried to do an increase and we voted it down because we didn't have a contract in place. So that was 2 years ago, that we did not increase. So it's about a $3,000 a month increase. That's one of my questions. I mean, we have less services they're doing. They're not doing our water meter reading anymore for us since we have the new meters. A couple different things I want to question.
Were they aware that we were gonna discuss this tonight? And
Yep.
there is no representative here.
Nope.
Okay.
And I do know that the one boss that we've dealt with before, Blair, he's on his way out. He's retiring, so now we have a new guy. That's why all of a sudden he found this email correspondence going back and forth, and he jumped on it, and it was only a couple of weeks and he got me this. I mean, it's not great, but it's a starting point.
Did he also state he would come have a special meeting?
Yeah, he would like to sit down and have a special meeting with us and everything, but like I said, I wanted to look at it, go over it, see if you guys had any questions, concerns before I even.
Well, I know we talked about somewhat our dissatisfaction with them before.
Yes.
Have you reached out to any other?
No, I can look into other companies, put it out for, but then to do that, you have to almost put it out for a request for proposal and do, sealed bids. Am I right, Mr. Denney? So then we basically need like a blanket sheet on what we're wanting them to do, so we're comparing apples to apples.
Right.
So. But again, I don't want anybody to act on this tonight. I just wanted to give to you for informational purposes. And to see if you have any questions, concerns, besides the dollar amount, anything else.
And if you do think of something later on,
Yeah,
give Tina a call, she'll have a little time to.
Yep.
Boot him maybe.
and I know Mr. Denney said he has a couple things he wants to address about it also before we do anything.
Okay, so keep that under unfinished business.
Yes.
Metamora Lions Club event application.
So, in part, it's my fault that we did not get it 60 days ahead of time. I did not get a copy of it. They didn't realize we had a new form. They had an old form. They tried to get it to me on last Thursday, but it's our old form. The president of the Lions did come down and get a copy of the new one, and provide it to me today. He did not have a copy of their insurance yet. Their insurance company is supposed to be emailing it over to me, naming us as a additional insured. It is for the White Cane collection where they turn the light to blinking. They stand out there, they collect, donations for White Cane, which goes for donation of blind. So.
As a member, I do know they have their own liability plus Lions International has some
Right,
liability.
and I know we had a copy of it, but the one we had was so old.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting the right copy.
Right. And they were hoping to get that to me today. I didn't check my email when I got in here this afternoon or this evening. I probably should have, sorry. And they apologized that they didn't get it to me 60 days before, since they didn't know that it was supposed to be 60 days before. The event is on April 25th and 26th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. both days. So I don't know if we can approve it contingent and then get the insurance and even send it to Mr. Denney for their review of it. If we just wanna deny it, or if we wanna hold it till next month, which would be kinda close to the April 25th.
I'd like to entertain a motion that we approve it contingent to them getting its proper insurance and Mr. Denney's office approving it. Just because they've got product, the canes and stuff to get ordered and
I mean, they're technically.
trying to schedule,
Right.
a work sheet for the workers.
I did tell them that in the past they haven't worn, orange vest or yellow vest, that I'd like to see them, if they're gonna stand at the four corners, I'd like to see them wearing vest. I did tell
The
them.
light is flashing red too, which is another,
Always out,
good safety thing. But
Tina, how did information about the new forms get out to everybody? Is that been,
It's online, I haven't
Okay.
I haven't sent it to anybody, I didn't even think about it, I honestly forgot that they're white cane, I figured they don't do anything at the Four Corners until October when they do their cider sales and donut sales. I didn't even think about it, so I did also send it to Metamora Chambers so they're aware and so they have a new copy, after they came in and got it from me.
This is actually funds this time that they raised, it ends up going to Leader Dog in Rochester.
Okay,
And then the cider sales is what they use for the Halloween
yeah,
party. It kind of stays local, the money that they try to raise for that function, them two functions, but that doesn't make them obsolete from insurance coverage either, so.
like I said, I know they have the insurance and they said they'd get a copy of it to me, it's just a matter of, does it have everything we want? That's why I suggested Mr. Denney's office looking it over.
I'd like the motion contingent on the receipt of proper insurance
Receipt and approval by Mr.
and
Denney's
approval
office.
by Mr. Denny's office, correct?
Should we also include that they wear,
Yes.
wear the outfits too?
Orange, yes,
I don't like people out
reflective
there.
vest,
Yeah.
High vis.
yes, there you go. Lloyd, would you like me to amend your motion to say they have to wear the
Yes,
high
please.
visible? Okay.
Yes, please.
And Lily, or Chuck, did you still wanna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so move seconded to give the Lions Club approve their event application contingent to Mr. Denny's approval and change of having yellow vest on. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It carried. I'll entertain one more motion.
I'll make a motion.
I was like, I was like,
Well, I'm usually the one that always says it, so.
Who wants to second it?
I will.
Okay.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
The rest of the motions are going to change print, so why not?
Just saying that, Lord, 40 years from now, people are gonna look at this, guy must better work.
Another one?
No, he wasn't smart enough to use his mouse.
Yeah.
Go with the important.
Mr. Denny, I have a coat rack that I bought that was hanging on the wall, just for you, because every month I see you with that, I know it gets dirty on the floor, but it didn't get put up today like I was hoping. So next month I'll have a coat rack for you. Bye. Bye, guys. Good stress with me.
Everybody be careful of the wind out there.
go up there.
I'm careful, don't let the other ones have.
Ears are straight up in the window.
Hello, Bill.
How are you, Greg?
Good,
Good. I hear your voice somewhere, so I just have to follow it.
You guys snuck out